Hello there, podcaster, and welcome to our extra episode with Grant Denyer.
I love Grant Denyer, and I think we had a lot of fun with him playing the game we played, Liam.
Yeah.
But what I'd like to do is jump into the podcast, let you enjoy it. When we come back, I'll tell you about the first thing we ever did with Grant Denyer in our community radio days. Enjoy!
You could almost say our next guest is the face of Australian television. He first appeared on our screens as the weatherman on Sunrise. He's hosted shows such as Family Feud, Dancing with the Stars, and Celeb Name Game. Now he's just launched his third series of his podcast, It's All True. Please welcome Grant Denyer.
Grant Denyer, what a pleasure. How have you been, mate?
I feel like I've just won a gold Logie or something. What an intro. I've got tingles.
Of course you have.
Yeah, you would know the feeling.
Yeah. Oh, classic Grant.
I didn't know you were going to bring it up.
in the first 5 seconds of the interview. Oh, I almost feel like that thing I won. Remember that time, guys?
Just in case you weren't going to get to it, I was.
Yeah. Well, very well deserved as well. And we're so excited to have you a part of the Nova team
Yeah,
now.
welcome to the family.
With your
guys.
podcast, It's All True. It's onto its third season. It's a podcast you do with your wife, right?
Yeah.
Would it be something that the girls will listen to one day? Listen to Mum and Dad's podcast, or not for a while
hell
yet?
no.
Okay. Yeah. You'll be locking
No
that one
way.
away.
We thought we'd actually, we thought we could test this relationship out this morning, Grant. How long have you been married for? Just asking.
14 years.
What we've actually done is we've reached out to your wife, Shezzy.
Yep.
And we've asked her some questions, and we want to ask you the same questions, and we want to see if your answers match up.
Oh, I see. I know what this is. You get the game show guy on, you do the old switcheroo, and you play the games on me. I love it.
That's right. If you get them wrong, we'll definitely let her know about it. Let's see how you go. So, Grant, when and where was your first kiss?
Ooh. On the lips.
And whereabouts was it? Do you remember where you were?
Melbourne Cup. So it was Melbourne.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, God. I would say the Novotel in Melbourne after quite a few shandies.
Okay. All right, to loosen you up a little bit, well, let's see what Shezzy had to say.
Our first kiss was at the Sofitel in Melbourne. It was Melbourne Cup weekend.
Oh, sorry, that's wrong.
Why is that wrong?
You said Novotel, she said Sofitel.
You want to be brand specific?
No.
Novotel, Sofitel, it all ends in tel.
No. I'm sorry. You're
This
a
is
bad
our
man.
game show, Grant. You
Mate,
play by
it's
our
a
rules.
French parent company, okay?
All right, question number 2.
Okay, Grant. You might need to do a bit of soul searching here, but after 14 years of marriage, I'm sure Shezzy's let you know a few times. What's your most annoying habit?
Trimming my nails in the bathroom sink because often my nail clippings fly off and land in her toothbrush.
Oh.
She doesn't realise until she brushes her teeth and then her gums bleed.
That's marriage, isn't it? Let's find out what Shezzy said.
Grant's most annoying habit, I would have to say, is cutting his fingernails at the bathroom sink, because occasionally a piece of fingernail I find in my toothbrush.
Word for word, verbatim. You've got
Wow.
it. These guys are married.
Holy
also,
hell.
to be fair, I'm kind of on your side. Like, where are you supposed to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly my argument. Thank you.
You know-
I don't know why I just got so passionate all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
no, I get it though, because
Like, mate, I'm doing it here to try and land most of them in the sink so I can flush them down. What do you want me to do in the kitchen?
Yeah.
where does she do it?
I've never seen her do it. That's so weird.
All right, look, we have got 50-50 here. We've got one more question to go.
Yeah, Grant Denyer joining you this morning. He's got a Nova podcast. It's All True. He does it with his wife, Shezzy. We're seeing how well they know each other this morning. A last question for you, Grant. I think you need this for the win, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Does she have a pet name for you?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
It's funny because we met at Melbourne Cup,
Right.
and things got a little steamy. And from that moment on, she crowned me. My nickname is Giddy Up.
Oh, okay.
Which is now, it's not a joke. This is for real. It's now been shortened to Giddy. So I'm in her phone as Giddy Gumdrops, actually. So the kids aren't onto it.
That's a good name to have, I reckon.
Yeah.
Let's find out what Shezzy said.
My pet name for Grant is Giddy 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 Gumdrops or Gidlet.
Oh, mate.
It's meant to be, guys. I wanted to be like, oh, how embarrassing, giddy giddy gumdrops, but now I know it's more like giddy. I'm
Giddy
like,
up,
well, all I can say is Grant Denyer. You're not winning awards just for television, as it seems.
No, let's just say after breaking my back, it's good to know it still works, guys.
Make sure you listen to Giddy and Shezzy Denya's podcast. It's all true now on the Nova Player app. Grant, thanks for joining us this morning, mate.
Ben and Liam, thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. Love you.
And that's the end of our chat with Grant Denyer.
Do you remember what we first ever did? It was like one of our first ever interviews, Liam.
Denyer did what?
Denyer did what? So we had him on for an interview. We were super green, like didn't have much.
Can I just say,
experience.
though, I think the experiences showed, because I think that was a fun little game. We got his wife involved.
Yep.
She had enough respect for the show to go, yeah, I can
Yep.
record that and get that back to you. And it's kind of like, it has, I like it because it has a purpose. You're learning something about Grant.
Yep.
You're having a bit of fun. Your
Yep.
game makes sense.
Yep, exactly right. But the first thing we ever did with him was super green, and we come up with the idea of Denyer did what? So
Good name.
Good name, but that's all it was. So we would give him, I believe, different scenarios.
Yes.
Like hypothetical situations, like you're walking down the street and someone robs you.
Yeah, and then you say,
Denyer did
Denyer
what?
did what? And then he'd go, oh, I'll tell
I-
the police or I'll beat them up,
Yep.
whatever.
So it went about as well as it would sound.
But then I remember him being like really nice after me. That was really funny, like great guys, like love
because
that.
I think he's a nice guy.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And he knew we were probably pretty young.
And then I think the next few times we interviewed him, we were like, hey, remember we did that thing
Denyer
with
did
you.
what?
Denyer did what? He
Yeah.
just went, "Fuck, that was the worst.
It was
Like-
horrible.
But since then, we've also been on Denyer's shows.
We have.
We've done a couple of episodes of Celebrity Name Game when obviously they were running pretty low on celebrities.
Yep, it'd be funny
What would be funny?
if next time we get him, because I'm sure he'll come along again soon, we did Denyer did what again as a bit of an homage.
Yeah, an ode or homage would both work. I think you were about to say ode, and then you would second guess yourself and you said homage.
Homage, yep.
Or did you think you were going to say ode and you thought, no, I've got something better in the vocabulary
Yep.
here. I'll pull this one out. Let's try this on for size. Homage.
I don't really know what happened in my brain. I think I thought the first one was wrong, so I said homage.
Hey, both right. So just back
They're
yourself
both
in.
right. Ode and homage mean the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for me.
Okay.
I mean, we can look up the definition, but you look up the definition for homage because it's hard to spell, and I'll look up the definition of ode.
I don't even know where to begin spelling homage.
Here's a tip for you. Starts with a H.
Oh, it does too. I do with an O.
An ode, might not necessarily be the same thing. A lyric poem, typically one in the form of an address to a particular subject. But I still think saying like
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see why
like
that
it's
would
an
work.
ode to that.
And homage
It's like paying your respects to a thing.
Homage in the Middle Ages was the ceremony in which a feudal tenant or vassal pledged submission to his feudal lord. So you're paying homage. So I think it's when you're giving in to superior.
I think in both cases here,
Yeah.
although there's a little bit of twisting,
Yep.
I think they were both appropriate.
Yep.
And I would say anyone who says otherwise can get nicked.
Yep.
They're not welcome.
All right, see you podcast
Ben and
up.
Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.